Kroc Center our Kwanzaa celebration. Now, understanding that Kwanzaa is 7 days, we are celebrating today. All right, which is which day, Diama?
Ujamaa.
Ujamaa, representing
Collective work and responsibility.
collective work and responsibility. We can do a lot.
Or cooperative economics.
Same thing.
I get the two mixed up, but Ujima is
Yeah.
yesterday.
We can do a lot by us individually, but we can move mountains if we work together. That is what this is. We celebrate the community, the potential, and where we've come from. I call it Sankofa. Going back and grabbing it. Get your history, learn from it, create from what others have done. Now, I'm going to tell a story. And this is new for all of you. Oh, not Diama. She knows how I jump around and tell stories.
Right.
And one of the stories I'm going to tell is a story called The People Who Could Fly. And I'll explain that to you. The People Who Could Fly was a folk tale that was developed during slavery in this country. People would disappear or run away at night. It was safer to move out in the night. And the next morning, folks would wake up and say, "What happened to John?" And somebody would say, "Oh, he flew away," which meant he ran away. So before I start that, I'm going to start with a song that I learned from a CD by, you ready for this? Harry Belafonte. He recorded a series of CDs about African American history, blues, shouts, all of that. And he had to fight to do it when he recorded it because nobody really wanted to celebrate this. Now, the song I'm going to sing is called O Day. O Day was sung the first morning of the new year. And it is sung in hopes that slavery would end that day. Okay? And I start and go right into the story. And it's a call and response. And one day we'll work on that. It's O day, yonder come day. O day, yonder come day. O day, yonder come day. Day done broke in my soul. Yonder come day, yonder come day, yonder come day, yonder come day, yonder come day. There was a time in that sweet homeland called Africa that they had people who had the power of flight. They'd put out their arms and whisper the magic words, and their bodies would move up, up, up through the sky until the whole sky was filled with beautiful bodies flying around and around. Oh, the people who could fly were very happy in the homeland. But then came that time called slavery. And those who called themselves slave catchers, they came to the homeland and they gathered together the people who could fly with the people who couldn't. You see, they couldn't tell the difference. And they chained them hand to foot, hand to foot, hand to foot. They forced them in the bottoms of these ships, these slave ships. And at the bottom of these ships, this journey was so bad that the people who could fly forgot the magic words that moved them up through the sky. They took this journey, this hellish journey called the Middle Passage. They ended on a place they called the New World, which really wasn't new at all. There they were forced to work on these huge plantations, these farms. One day, on one plantation, the day was hot. The sun beat down on the earth until it cracked open in its own dryness. Now, there was a woman working in the field. Her name was Sarah. Sarah was carrying her baby on her back, and Sarah's baby began to cry. "Hush, baby, hush. Please, baby, hush." But the baby hungry. Hungry babies cry. Hungry babies are supposed to cry. Now, there was a man in the field called himself overseer. He carried a whip on his belt. He said to Sarah, "Shut that baby up." "Hush, baby, hush. Please, baby. If you don't shut that baby up, I will whip you." "Please, baby, hush. Please stop crying." But baby hungry. Hungry babies are supposed to cry. Overseer took that belt off, that whip off his belt, and he swung and hit Sarah on her leg, and she fell down into that parched soil. Now, there was an old man with a long gray beard named Toby. Old man Toby remembered the magic words that helped folks move up to the sky. He ran over to Sarah and he said, "Daughter?" And she looked up at him and she said, "Father, please help me." Old man Toby with a long gray beard, he bent down and whispered the magic words, "Yala kumta betabe," and a bunch of other words that sound like whispers and sighs. And Sarah slowly stood up. She took her arms and she put them out. She took one foot and stepped out on the air. And it stayed. She took her other foot and she stepped it out on the air. And it stayed too. And slowly but surely, Sarah's body remembered what it felt like to fly, and she started to move up, 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 and everything in the field stopped. Baby stopped crying. Baby held on now. Everyone in the field, overseer said, "Come down here." Did she come down? She come down? She flew around that field and off beyond the highest mountain. Whew, well, that night, the overseer told the one who calls himself master what had happened in the field that day. Master said to the overseer, "If it happens again, you will take their place." Overseer was scared. He don't want to work like a slave. Nobody wants to work like a slave. The next day was harder than the day before. Sun beat down on the earth until it cracked open in its own dryness. One by one, the people who could fly fell down into that parched soil. And one by one, old man Toby remembered and told them the words. Soon, one by one, they started to move up in the sky until the whole sky was filled with beautiful bodies flying around and around. Overseer grabbed old man Toby, tied him to a tree, said, You tell me those magic words." Old man Toby with a long gray beard, he started to laugh. And when he laughed, those ropes dropped down from his body, and he too started to move up, up, up into the sky. And the people in the field who couldn't fly, they ran after him. They said, "Please, take us with you." Old man Toby with a long gray beard, he began to cry, like thousands of dewdrops dropping out of his eye. And he said, "I cannot take you with me. You must find your own way to that sweet land called freedom." And with that, he flew around the field one more time and then off beyond the highest mountain. Well, the people who couldn't fly, some of them found their way. Some of them found their way to their sweet homeland called freedom. And when they got there, they told their children about the people who could fly. And their children told their children about the people who can fly. And I'm telling you, it is your responsibility to tell your children about the people who could fly in that sweet land called freedom. Oh, day, yonder come day. Oh, day, yonder come day. Oh, day, yonder come day. Day done broke in my soul. Yonder come day, yonder come day, yonder come day, yonder come day, yonder come day. That's my story. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Storytelling.
Storytelling. Yes.
That actually is the most requested story that I tell by children. They love that story and the drama in it, the history in it. They love that. So that's what I can do for Kwanzaa. Okay? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Table again. Oh, okay. I will run through the table again, and I'm going to ask Diama and Leah, come on up here. Come on.
So we already had a
He's a
dress
member of the
rehearsal.
community. Diama Battle has been my mentor, teacher, sister girl.
Sister girl.
I'd say for almost 40 years now. Yeah,
Gotta
more than
be.
40 years.
Gotta be, yeah.
Yeah. Look at you. Come on over here. Come on. Come on, I got you. Look at you. Aaliyah? Alicia, I'll get it right. Elder card, boom. Alicia works here with me at Kroc Center, Boston. And she helped me set this table up. Yeah, look at you. I know, baby girl. I got you. So we're going to go through, and there's a lot that I could tell you about it, but this is very basic because I've forgotten some of the Swahili words. But everything represents something in the community and who we are and the gift giving that we have for Kwanzaa. So, Diama, you want to start?
Well, all right. On the first day of Kwanzaa, which is Umoja, usually the black candle is lit.
Yeah.
And each day after that, it has its own meaning. The black candle is lit first because it's for unity. It's inspiring us all to be collective community people. And you move down the line, you have Kuji Chagalia, the second day of Kwanzaa, which is self-determination. And we need to be determined to bring ourselves to a better level of life. And do you want to go into Ujima?
Ujima is the third day.
Yeah, the third day.
And that is collective
work and responsibility.
Yeah. And you want to talk about that? Collective work and responsibility? You're going to do one, baby girl. Go on.
Collective work and responsibility. All of us have a part in bringing this community together. Whatever part we are good at doing is surely going to fit into the puzzle of collective work and responsibility.
As I say, everyone here, every human has a talent.
Right.
Not everyone can sing, but that's okay. We all have something we can do very well as we develop that. And that's what this is about, developing the best part of yourself and understanding the importance, not only to yourself, but to the community. We need each other. All right. That's my lecture on that.
Okay. Did we get to Ujamaa, which is cooperative economics? A little piece of history that I would like to tack on to that is the fact that we, as a nation of African descendants, have had structures throughout this country that have been burnt down because people have been jealous of what we had. Wall Street in Oklahoma was one place. Manhattan in New York was another place where they had. I didn't know that. Yeah, they had a little misunderstanding, which almost turned into a war. But places like New York and South Carolina are places where they wanted to say it was a rebellion, but it was definitely a fight for freedom, which I call a war. It's when you really look at it. And so after that, I think we have Nia, which is purpose. Purpose, what's your place in life? Why are you here? What is it you would like to achieve while you're here? Are you on that treadmill that's not going anywhere, or have you moved beyond that?
You're doing it. Handle it.
Kuumba, the creative spirit that we each have in us as we build our communities. And those communities have become amazing buildings and structures and colleges and things like that.
And potential.
That we have created all of the things that have made this country great. And Imani.
Imani.
Okay. Imani
Is faith.
is peace.
And peace and faith. It's all right. It's faith as well.
And with that, we have to all come together, be there with one another, show each other that we support each other as a collective, as a whole.
You did it?
Yay!
And this is what's represented. For me, on my table, I like books. I love reading. I love reading. When I was a little girl, and I've said this, there was nothing that represented me as a little girl. And so I decided, I was about 9 or 10, to start to read books to find me. And that began my love of history and the love of reading. Reading is extremely important to me. So I give away books as well, okay? We can do toys. To me, this is the ultimate, okay? I think we've covered it. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate those who have come before you.
Yeah.
Understand the life lessons that they've given you. And understand how you're going to pass those lessons on to those who are coming after you. It's also known as Sankofa. Go back and grab it, which is from Ghana. It's the Tree language. It means go back and grab it and bring it forward. Okay. And that's it for our representation. Now, let me say this to those who are watching. We intend here at Kroc Center Boston to have a really big, community-oriented and involved Kwanzaa for 2024. I'm laying it out there, so you can call me on it. It's going to happen. I'm putting it out there. So, thank you. Okay. We did it. There was